With physical education and sport, it's all about lifelong participation with us. We really pride ourselves on our pupils finding their niche from year 7 through to year 11 or 6th form. If they can find one thing that they're really passionate about that keeps them active and engaged in physical activity, when they leave us, we've essentially done our job. The other thing that we value ourselves on a lot is nurturing the excellence side, as well as the mass participation side. We encourage as many of our pupils to participate in physical activity and sport, and we will make sure that we are able to meet the demand. They dictate the demand. If we require 7 netball teams in year 7 and year 8, then that's what we try our best to do. Sport and PE is a real big cultural element to our school here. Everything we do tends to underpin the idea that PE and sport is so important for focus, for academic focus, for good sleep, but also the idea of really building resilience and confidence in our pupils, and to also understand how to deal with learning blips. So if they plateau, how do they then beat that plateau? How do they then find another way of developing and improving and flourishing? With our Key Stage 3 PE, we really focus on our Super 8 sports. Those Super 8 sports are cricket, football, gymnastics, hockey, netball, skiing, tennis and rowing. So we try to expose our pupils to these sports as much as possible during Key Stage 3. Skiing and rowing are slightly separate in that they are more club-based and pupils sign up to it. Essentially, when they enter year 7, they end up doing a baseline assessment activity where we then stream them and set them into PE classes. And they can be in one of 3 pathways. They could either be in the competitive pathway, which is more of a games-based pathway. They could be in the artistic pathway, which exposes them more to the gym and dance element, but they still will experience team sport, as well as the all-rounder pathway, where they get gymnastics and dance as well as team sports. But through all 3 pathways, they will experience athletics, tennis and cricket in the summer. Our pupils here at SHS can be as busy as they want to be. Some pupils do something every day co-curricular wise after school. We have a huge co-curricular programme and they run from Monday to Friday, and sometimes we have Saturday mornings where we provide block fixtures for our pupils against schools that we may not ordinarily be able to travel to during games afternoon. We do try to put some fixtures on during games afternoon for squads. That again leans itself to more exposure to their sport, but it also allows them to develop at a quicker rate. So for example, during their time here at Surbiton High in year 7, 8 and 9, they will experience a games afternoon, and they will in year 7 have a curriculum single lesson every other week. But in year 8 and 9, they will have a single curriculum lesson every week. With our sports tours, they're something that we get really excited about, and we plan quite extensively, and the process normally starts 1.5 years to 2 years before the tour goes ahead. In the younger years, in year 7 and year 8, we tend to take them more closer to home. So in the past, we've been to Holland on a netball and hockey tour. Portugal, we've also done a football tour to Portugal. We've been to Spain. We've also been up to Scotland to do a 7 and 8 tour, and recently we've been to Ireland. The other big tours that we tend to do are more senior schools, so for those pupils that are year 10 and above, we've been to places such as Barbados for the netball, we've been to Argentina and Brazil for the hockey tour. We've also been to Malaysia, and this year we were due to go to South Africa. In terms of the ski trip, we have a year 8 ski trip that runs annually, and we tend to go off to America for our skiing. The experience is just heightened, the value for money is better, and we also get to put in an element of them seeing another city. So we might go via Boston or we might go via New York. The whole point of these tours is they get to train, they get to compete, but we also immerse them in the culture of that country. We make a real effort to give them an experience they may not go and do themselves when they leave us. Why did I want to be a PE teacher? The sole purpose was I had two fantastic role models when I was younger and at school, and they happened to both be my PE teachers. The reason I got into cricket is because my PE teacher was a cricket player at a very, very good level, and that's where my journey started. So by really looking up to those individuals, I found that sport and PE just gave me a real release in terms of increasing my confidence, about feeling good about myself, and it's something that I really enjoyed doing. I couldn't see myself sitting behind a desk. And most importantly, I like the relationships that I build with those pupils or those hockey players that I coached when I did some volunteering when I was younger. But that is the main reason that I got into sport and PE, and I like to pass hopefully my knowledge on, but I also learn a lot from our pupils. The interactions that I have every day, it's definitely a school day all the time.